She was a beautiful actress who was used to men falling all over her, and he was an NFL quarterback who wasn't a fan of monogamy. To outsiders, a relationship between these two could never work out, but Holly Robinson and Rodney Peete are proof that nothing can get in the way of true love. Here's the truth about their love story. With her dad Matt Robinson playing the character Gordon on Sesame Street and her mom Dolores Robinson working as a talent manager, Holly Robinson was destined to be in the entertainment industry. She began acting at the age of 6 and landed her big break in 1987 when she landed the role of Sergeant Judith Judy Hoffs on the TV show 21 Jump Street. She and her castmates spent a lot of time in Vancouver, British Columbia, where the show was filmed. Holly was flirting and having a lot of fun with her male co-stars, including Johnny Depp, but her mom begged her to keep things strictly platonic. Holly told the Huffington Post she had so many opportunities to hook up with the actor, and he would have been down for it as well. Even though she was just in her early 20s, she said she was smart enough not to date the guys she worked with. She and Johnny's relationship eventually morphed into a brotherly, sisterly bond. 21 Jump Street came to an end in 1991. Holly jumped right into her next gig as Vanessa Russell on the show Hangin' with Mr. Cooper. She was also enjoying the single life and dated a few men here and there. Eventually, her brain switched to serious relationship mode, and she was interested in finding someone who wanted the same thing. Miraculously, one night in June 1993, her entire life changed. Holly, actress Leela Roshan, and some friends went to a show at the Roxy in Los Angeles. Unbeknownst to Holly, Leela was setting her up with her good friend, Detroit Lions quarterback Rodney Peete. Holly and Rodney sat next to each other as they watched the performance. Rodney told People magazine Holly was tearing up some French fries smothered in hot sauce, and she was eating with both hands. She kept pinching him underneath the table every time the singer got on stage, and Rodney said, "I knew I wanted to see her again." But the feeling wasn't mutual. Holly told the New York Times that Rodney was super cute and very nice, but she said, quote, "I wasn't impressed with the whole athlete thing or the groupies." She also wasn't interested in being in a long-distance relationship since Rodney was living in Detroit and she was living in Los Angeles. She decided to be cordial. She allowed him to pay for her meal and then she left. Disappointed that she couldn't find love and a little frustrated with the direction life was taking her, she went on a trip to Bali. Back in the US, Rodney was stalking all of Holly's friends and asking them if the actress was interested in him. When Holly returned from her trip, Leela called her and said, "Put on your Daisy Dukes because Rodney Peete's having a picnic." It turned out that Rodney lived just 5 minutes from Holly, so she agreed to go. But once she showed up, she immediately regretted her decision. She said there were about 9 guys and 50 girls, and most of the girls were Rodney's ex-girlfriends. So Holly ate some food and left. As soon as she got home, she heard a knock at the door, and it was Rodney. She asked him, "Hey, don't you have a party going on at your house?" Rodney answered, "When you left, the party was over." Rodney took Holly on their first date to a wine tasting party soon thereafter. Holly began to wonder if Rodney was different from the typical jocks she had met in the past. Once they officially started dating, she realized he was different. The early days of their relationship were full of fun. Holly told Redbook they were adventurous travelers. Everything fell into place quickly. Well, almost everything. Holly told People magazine that Rodney was still spending a lot of time hitting up nightclubs with his teammates. She put her foot down and he chose her over his friends. He told the magazine, "Holly keeps me in line because she has her own life. I knew she could walk away from me." After 1 year of dating, Holly was filming a scene of Hangin' with Mr. Cooper. She opened a door on set expecting to see another actor behind it, but instead it was Rodney. He got down on one knee and pulled out a 4-carat diamond engagement ring. He told her, "You're the best thing that's ever happened to me. Will you marry me?" Holly said yes. But there was one condition. She knew Rodney had issues with monogamy in the past, so she asked him to attend couples therapy prior to walking down the aisle. Rodney was open to it and agreed, which helped Holly feel more at ease about going through with the marriage. Rodney told the New York Times he just needed the right partner to help him reach and achieve his goals. and he found that in Holly. Being with the actress helped him figure out what a relationship is really about, and it also helped him get in tune with his own feelings. In the past, he was always willing to walk away from situations, but with Holly, things were different. Her independence was her most attractive trait, and her take-it-or-leave-it attitude made him realize just how much he loved her. On June 10, 1995, they got married in Brentwood, California in front of 300 guests, with Reverend Jesse Jackson as the officiant. During the ceremony, the Reverend gave statistics about the number of divorces that occur after an NFL player retires. Holly said Rodney didn't like hearing that information at all, but it was a helpful reminder about the unique challenges that come with marrying an athlete. After tying the knot, they made it a point to talk openly and honestly about the temptations that are out there for both of them. Aside from that, life as a married couple was beautiful. Holly said they had a lot of fun and would have spontaneous, intimate encounters in the kitchen. But then she became obsessed with getting pregnant. In 1997, she gave birth to fraternal twins RJ and Ryan. And things got really hectic in the Peete household. Holly told Redbook she was left to do the bulk of the parenting in Los Angeles while Rodney was living on the East Coast and playing for the Philadelphia Eagles. Holly was working on the show For Your Love and trying to take care of the twins at the same time. She and the kids would get on a plane once every 3 weeks to go see him. Even though they were both stressed out from their respective careers, things were about to get even more hectic. After the twins turned 3, their lives were rocked when RJ began to withdraw into himself. The couple told Redbook they took him to a specialist and learned that their son was autistic. Holly jumped into action, while Rodney chose to remain in denial. He also pulled away from their marriage emotionally, which caused their bond to nearly collapse. Rodney indicated that their romantic encounters became more forced as they went through the motions. They would try to have date nights and would even book hotel rooms some weekends, but there was so much tension between them as they dealt with their son's diagnosis. Rodney got traded from the Eagles to the Washington Redskins to the Oakland Raiders during this time period. Even though he was much closer to Holly and the kids who were living in Los Angeles, he stated he was no longer excited about going home during his off days. He started to go out more, started drinking more, and eventually they stopped being intimate. Rodney said, "We were just becoming two ships passing each other." But Holly and Rodney weren't going to give up. They fought hard for their marriage and their family by attending therapy sessions to help Rodney bond with RJ. Things began to turn around, and the couple welcomed 2 more children, sons Robinson and Roman. After so many years together, they found some unique ways to keep the spark alive. They told Oprah Winfrey that they use one of their minivans as their shaggin' wagon. They also still attend therapy sessions once every few months. To keep their bond stronger than ever, they abide by the 20-second hug rule. Holly told Essence, "If we hug each other for 20 seconds, there's something hormonal that connects us." Even though Holly wasn't impressed with Rodney when they initially met, now she can't imagine life without him. She told Redbook that his pride in being a father is his most admirable trait. Watching Rodney invest himself as a father and taking pride in that makes her admire him even more as a man. Let us know your thoughts on Holly and Rodney's love story, and thanks for watching Real Reality Gossip.